Hello, folks, and welcome back to the Average Movie Review Podcast. I hope you're doing well today. I thought we could quickly talk about that new news report or interview that was just released recently with Kevin Feige and how he's been managing in the MCU and what he's felt are the issues that he's faced so far. Just a quick recap of the interview, I guess, like our main highlights. He mentioned that he felt like had to do homework in order to watch some of the projects that were coming out, and that's why he has decided to limit the project's numbers. So he's only going to be releasing 1 to maybe 2 movies a year, and maybe 1 or 2 shows a year too, like very limited, but much more focused. Um, he was also spread very thin in terms of managing everything. Apparently, there were people who had to chase him down hallways to get things approved because of how busy he was. He also felt like he just wasn't giving enough attention to certain projects, and things like that as well. To that, I think the internet also reacted by saying, like, okay, so what? Like, you know, what does that mean? Like, why should we even care? Like, that's your job. This is your job. And to a certain extent, I do agree with the internet. I do agree that yes, this is your job. You did sign up for this. You pretty much created this whole thing, and now you're the lead of it. So you kind of have to handle these situations. Oh, and another thing that was also mentioned in the interview was that there was a lot of Disney interference from the execs, so he had to kind of, I guess, like listen to them and have their input more than I think he initially wanted to. So that was also an issue that he faced. But going back to the fact that, like, with the internet, like, I do agree that, like, this is your job, but I do think that we could give him a tad bit of grace in the sense that it's not easy managing this massive world that you've created. In the beginning, I don't think anybody, and I mean anybody, thought how big the MCU would turn out to be, what type of quality it would be producing and stuff like that, in terms of like how big the Infinity War saga would turn out, right? If you really look back at it, Paramount fumbled the entire bag on this by allowing Disney to buy those rights off of them, which is absolutely wild. Right now it could have been Paramount that would be making these movies, and I feel like it would have been better if it was Paramount, because I feel like there'd be less interference. Because when you watch the older films, from Iron Man 1 to about, I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think till Iron Man 3, Paramount had the rights. And then I think Winter Soldier was the Disney, after, or it was Disney that took over from there. Or I could be wrong, or it could be after Ant-Man. I'm not 100% sure, or after Winter Soldier. But if you really watch the older films, you see a massive difference compared to what you see right now. Like, they're much more original. They're different. I would say there's more character in those films that we have right now. And I think at the time being, what's funny is, at the time being when those movies were released, people were like, yeah, these are okay. But I think now people realize that, holy crap, that was amazing. And we should have cherished those films and actually, like, let the directors cook the way that they were cooking at that time compared to what they're doing right now. And it's not, again, I want to blame directors, maybe I want to blame actors, story writers, whatever you want to blame, but at the end of the day, it's really the executives who make these decisions, right? And it also is kind of on Kevin Feige to make sure that whatever they're putting out, the quality is there. So, it's sad to see that he said that, and like, I think he's taking the right steps now, obviously limiting the amount of projects so he can give more focus to each project as they come out. On top of that, the tonal shift of the MCU, especially with the Thunderbolts, right? Like, it is headed in the right direction. Like, these are the first steps, pun intended, towards the right direction. And the hype is starting to finally build about the multiverse saga because it was very messy, and now we're finally kind of putting things together, connecting things, which is what works, right? Like if it works, don't ruin it, don't break it, right? Like just let it do its thing, right? Like, and I think that was the major difference. Um, Again, I don't know. Like, I won't say that we're back yet. As I mentioned in my Thunderbolts review, like, I wouldn't say that we're back, but we're headed towards the right direction. And Kevin, if you're listening to this, like, call me up, man. Hit up my email. I'm down to help. Hire me. You know, I'm just as passionate. I can, I can definitely help you. You know, like, you're spread thin, brother. I get it. It's not easy. Maybe you need some help. I'm here to help, man. Whatever you need, whatever we can do, we can build it together. You know, I'm not even in for the money. I just want to just be part of this magical world is. Like, you know what I mean? So again, it's tough, but I think they're headed towards the right direction, and hopefully they're able to actually reach their goal and possibly bring back the hype that was around the MCU. Like when you look back at it as a kid, like, you know, I wasn't a kid at the time, like I was in my teenage years, but I can only imagine a kid, a child who grew up with these films, the excitement that they felt, right? And even for adults, kids my at that time my age, or like, you know, adults who were watching it, who read the comics, who followed these stories, who used to watch these TV shows, would see these films and look to and like, you know, and would look forward to each film every year. On top of that, hoping and expecting, like, what are they going to show us that's going to lead to the next film? And you know, those post credit scenes, they mean something, right? Or they build this level of hype that you can't bring back. And unfortunately, after Endgame, everything kind of fell apart. There were some movies that came out that were able to kind of keep us engaged, which I would say is Shang-Chi for sure, No Way Home, even projects. Like, I really enjoyed Falcon. You know, you also have Loki, and WandaVision was really good as well. You know, like these projects, they started off really well. Some of them did amazingly, some of them did poorly. Some of them could have been a lot better, right? Like Secret Invasion was such a miss. Absolutely terrible. I don't know what the hell they were thinking by releasing that, but absolutely garbage, right? And then there were shows that did really well, but they never really gave it any focus, like Miss Marvel, Hawkeye, and stuff like that. This whole thing about, you know, Jeremy Renner not getting paid, which is absolutely wild. Like, you know, they weren't willing to pay him enough. Like, you know, in a way, it's like, okay, but like, how much more money do you really need? You're acting kind of greedy, but at the end of the day, you have to pay an actor for what he's worth. So he's an OG Avenger. He clearly makes the show. People still want him around. So what are you doing? Like, the amount of money that you probably invest in him, you'll make double that money back. So what's the harm, right? So it's just these small nitty gritty things, and I pray and I hope that we get back to where we were on top, and I see it. I see the progression or the progress. I see that we could do that. Like, it could happen, but I just hope it doesn't fall flat. Like, next is, of course, we have Ironheart, which they are not marketing for some reason. Like, I don't know if they have something against it, or they were just like, forget about it, we'll just release it and hope it does the best it can, which is crazy because that's not fair to the actors who probably put in their time and work and effort, and especially the directors too, and all the people that worked on that show. So I don't know what's going on. Again, Kevin, you need someone to promote that film. You need someone to take over. I'm here. Just give me a call. Send me an email. You know, it's in my profile, YouTube profile, whatever. Send me an email or slide into the DMs, and buddy, I'll do it. I'll do it for free. I'll do it for free. Just let me know. But yeah, they're not even marketing it, right? So like, it makes you wonder, like, is Ironheart one of those projects where he just didn't have enough time and he just doesn't care about it, or are there other implications, right? Like, people will associate other things, and it could be that, or it may not be that, right? So I hope they start promoting this show, and I hope they start, or if you're going to delay it, and then make it a little bit better, and then bring it back. That's fine too, but you have to be doing something with it. But yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comment section, and let me know how you guys are feeling about the MCU, especially after Thunderbolts. And I'll catch you on the next episode. wishing you, wow, I said washing you. Wishing you guys a wonderful day. And Kevin, again, hit me up, brother. Hit me up.